last time, and we're on the blue side.
Okay, so looks like things are sorted now. Yeah, there was just a discrepancy with who was going to attack, if it was Envision or Dignitas, but they figured it out. So this is, whoa, a great 65-meter hit there from Jam, and Envision starts off to a quick start. This is an old map. This is one that's been around forever. Collided. We did one of our very first videos for Shootmania on this. 32-meter hit to follow this up. Jam with some great displays here of his laser accuracy. But, so obviously this map doesn't take advantage of the new features as well as the other ones. No sliding paths, no great boost paths, no grappling hooks or anything like that.
Yeah, but you can still take advantage of some of the wall jump, features. I don't know if it's actually been updated much. It seems like the same map. Jam trying to get around the side, so he is going to find himself in a tough situation here. 10 seconds remaining. He's just trying to peek over and try and get those lasers. Not hitting it. Actually, he gets it right at the end there. So Jam taking it home. Really nice play, but I don't know, one of the interesting things with this map is it's a really long route to get to the capture point, and it's just kind of a long straightaway. But that kind of leaves you open. You can get out into the open, and it leaves you lots of shooting opportunities for the attacker.
Yeah.
The defender, they can peek around, but you just have nice long open corridors to shoot down.
You definitely do, and that can actually get you in trouble sometimes, though, as players will try to be very risky and just dive down those corridors and try and isolate defenders and such. But we sometimes see that that's a risky strategy that pays off, but when it doesn't, it fails spectacularly, and oftentimes you'll receive 3 straight rockets to the chest. So,
yeah, and you see Dignitas right now, he's trying to find some shots, but Envision, they're playing very defensively, so they're not exposing themselves to those lasers. They actually get one, so coming around the backside, fantastic, trying to make his way in. 1 second, the goal can be captured. He's just rushing it down, but they all meet there right at the last second. So really great play. You saw very defensive play on their end, and then just rushing the capture point at the last second.
And rockets into players does have a little bit of physics associated with it too. So you saw there kind of the classic situation that happens whenever you do drop down from high ground as an attacker. You get popped up just a little bit, but that's enough to give you a predictable falling path, and you end up getting destroyed as a result, and 2 quick rockets hit fantastic in a row.
Stax making his way in, trying to keep up the momentum for Envision. Dignitas, they really need to kind of slow them down a little bit. So 2-0 for Envision early on, and Dignitas playing defensively once again. So just kind of sitting back, not trying to open up any opportunities, not really rushing down the attacker early on, and we'll see how they try and hold this point. Actually, someone coming in behind him, so forces him out to the side a little bit. Stax kind of frantic here, trying to get back.
Yeah, and Dignitas now all basically lined up in a row. But, unfortunately, Stax just can't find a way in. A very nice job by Dignitas to zone his Stax out, and now he doesn't even have enough time to run around from the side. He's just got to try and gun it, but obviously you have to run in a straight line there, and the defenders know where you're going to be at.
Yeah, and it seems like it's very easy for the defenders to just, play that kind of passive game and then, pull back at the last second. It's difficult for the attacker to pick one off or even zone them. Like we've seen a lot of times, attackers will go for that kind of zoning technique and then see if they can force a 2v1 or a 1v1 in any situations. We see Zacubus actually making his way down, using the jumping there. He's coming around the low route rather than going for those long snipes. See if he can grab anyone. There's a rocket shot, and we'll see if he can pick someone off in close range. Oh, he actually finds someone. He could go for this.
Oh, but now he's caught in a very small corridor. Oh, wow, I'm surprised the defender didn't have any other rockets available. And Zacubus could have been punished very badly for that. Yeah. As it stands, he still loses 2 armor points, but a defender is down.
Yeah, both reloading there, but the laser had a slight advantage, and he is able to grab that. So this is going to be rough for him to come in, but he actually gets the laser. This could be huge. He could grab this. Goal can be captured. He's going in, and there's not enough of a defense. He does get it. So Wylem not able to pick him up there at the end.
Yeah, that Wylem actually shot himself away there. He was trying to drop a rocket down in between the 2 players just to bounce Zacubus off of the attack point, but unfortunately it was just a little bit closer to him, and he shot himself back a bit.
Yeah, so Wylem coming in now, trying to make this attacking round, peeking up a little bit, seeing if he can grab anyone, and then coming over to the right side like we've seen a lot. Oh, barely dodging that rocket. I thought he was going to walk right into it, but he is, opening himself up here, trying to see if he can grab anyone.
And this is a more conventional attack path that we used to see in the old days of Shootmania, I suppose, where you didn't have the double jumps available to you, or I should say the wall jumps available to you, and the other features. So one defender is actually isolated a bit, but lands 2 shots right away. NVC connecting very well. Actually gets all 3. Wylem just not able to make anything work.
Yeah, really great defense from NVC there. And Dignitas pulls it back, and now they're on the attacking round as well. So starting off at a 2-0 advantage for Envision, that's 3 in a row for Dignitas. NVC trying to make his way in. You know, without a lot of the changes that have come to the game, this map, it does seem a little bit more... I don't know. There's not as much strategies open to the attacker as some of those other maps. It seems a little bit more generic on the attacking path. You know, we do see these guys are going for mostly these right attacking routes, but NVC using a couple of wall jumps there to see if he can get up high.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we would have never seen, of course, in the old portion of the game, but that's really the only exception to the rule, though, as you're absolutely right. You still have to follow basically down the same paths, and NVC actually trying to get way up on the high ground. Stax was exposed, but that would have been an incredibly difficult shot. NVC can't follow it up.
Oh, he has him zoned. It's a 1v1.
But unfortunately, he runs directly into 2 rockets from Jam.
Yeah, great play from Jam, because that actually was a great opportunity for NVC. He had Stax completely zoned, so he actually could have had that 1v1 capture point and maybe taken it, but Stax able to pick up those kills.
All right, well, we'll see if Jam can do a little bit better here on attack, as we are all tied up 3-3. Fantastic landing a very early shot, and Dignitas doing a nice job so far of keeping pressure on the attacker.
Barely missing. Jam trying to hit the shot there, but he actually is able to grab that one. 32 meters, really impressive shot. Trying to see Zacubus, but Zacubus playing very defensively now, knowing they're down 1 man. They're just kind of sitting back, not looking for these rocket opportunities. They could pick him off there. Actually, someone trying to rush him there, and he's actually going to turn around now. 7 seconds left. He gets the laser, and now it's 2v1 with the armors. This is going to be rough for Dignitas to defend.
Okay, well, Jam coming around the side here. Zacubus, though, has done a nice job of putting on pressure, and actually a great defensive display there. Picks off his opponent twice, once on either side of that column that was separating them two, and very cool stuff. Yeah,
not allowing him an opportunity to get into that capture point was definitely huge from Zacubus. So now 4-3. They have an attacking round once again. Envision trying to do something of a turnaround there, but Dignitas holding on. Fantastic, making his way in, using a couple of those wall jumps to get off of the backside.
Yeah, and he's going to try and jump up on the high ground here. Get a little bit of position on the defenders, of course, as he starts to roll his way a little bit farther to the left. I don't know what the end of this path goes to, but it does look like there are other opportunities here to continue momentum and really jump across. Very neat path. Unfortunately, not able to pick off a defender, but cool way to go about things.
Yeah, it's a lot of nice momentum to get on the backside. He is sneaking up behind the control point, but they're actually trying to sandwich him here, and we'll see if he turns around. He does find Wylam, but Wylam taking him down, so Jam not quite able to get it done, or Fantastic not quite able to get it done. And now Stax is up, so we'll see what Stax can do.
Well, we had started this map with a couple of very quick attack rounds taken, and since then it's been a very passive play. 2 of the first 3 rounds, in fact, were successful attack rounds, but since then it's been an all-defensive stalemate from here on out.
Yeah, and we'll see, you know, if Envision can break that stalemate, try and turn it back into an offensive game and take this into a map 3. Then we can maybe get some of that Harry Carey, some of those Harry Carey impressions coming. But,
naturally. Yeah,
we'll see. Barely missing. Stax trying to get him, and the Rockets keeping him at bay. There was really very few opportunities for the attacker here. The defender trying to flank him around the side, but not quite able to get up to him. And so now Stax, he knows he's kind of hiding out there. He just sweep past him. I don't know if Dignitas actually saw him come around this right side.
Yeah, you were talking about, you know, just trying to get that position, but it's so difficult to do on this map because the defenders have such an opportunity to fall back very easily.
Oh, he got it! 3v1!
Straight in, and it just takes a... That's taking a page out of Kawa's book there, Dignitas Kawa's book. Zacubus has to answer right now, as that's a big advantage for Envision.
Oh my god, that's a hell of an attacking round for Stax to do the 3v1, and that's rough because this map, because there aren't those opportunities, it is forcing a lot of those 3v1s at the capture point. So for them not to be able to knock him back, you know, when you have those rockets is huge. There's actually 2 of them. They swarm him. Envision going for the really aggressive round. We've seen so far everyone's been playing sitting back a little bit, but they get the great positioning and just kind of a sneak attack, ambush.
All right, well, Wylam, part of that ambush himself. Doesn't want to be ambushed, though, in this round. We'll see what he can do. Romanian player, actually, looks like Envision made up of 2 Romanian players, 1 German player here, as a multinational team has been put together, and they're putting up quite a performance against still a very strong team. Zacubus, of course, part of one of the premier teams, the Dignitas EU, for a very long period of time, and still very strong.
Yeah, he's looked very strong so far. He needs to make it happen. The bounce around rocket, really great play by NVC.
And that actually makes that position a little bit stronger, too, because that always used to be a little bit difficult for defenders. You could get isolated by attackers, although you still had a lot of rockets to spam down and take some pressure off of you. Nice shot from Wylem, but you can see the bounce rockets actually help you secure that a bit better.
1v2, he's going for the capture point. They do knock him back a little bit, so the rockets are enough. Dignitas, they do pick up that round, so it's 5-6. They're trying to turn this around. They need this attacking round. They only have a couple more remaining. NBC, he has looked very strong so far. He was their superstar earlier on, able to take off a couple of rounds from Envision in the last map.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see what he can do here. He is the defensive superstar at the very least in this game, but he is the third attacker, so theoretically he has the weakest laser on his team right now. As usually you stack your strongest attacker first just because you want to be able to ensure that they get the most possible rounds over the course of a game, but we'll see if he can do anything here.
Yeah, so he is making his way to the right, just kind of sneaking up on him. They are sitting back. He does ping off one, trying to find him. There's actually one coming in behind, barely able to miss him, and the rocket's coming, but he has avoided losing any armors. 5 seconds remaining. He's trying to get right on that capture point. He hits one, maybe hits a second one here, but barely being forced back in that corner. He does go down. That was almost a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, but Stax is able to take advantage of the bad positioning once he got back into that corner. Landed 3 rocket shots in a row, didn't waste any opportunity there. And now Jam has a potential to basically seal this up for Envision. I mean, there will still be at least one more round after this, even if Jam does succeed with his attack round.
Yeah, but that's a hard comeback, like you said. That would be almost impossible for Dignitas to take that, and that could help Envision take this to a map 3. Dignitas swarming him here, forcing him all the way back, so being extremely aggressive. It's a really risky play, but they know they're really down right now, so they need to make these plays happen.
Yeah, but the worry, of course, is that Jam's just going to go around the back here, and we'll be able to split those defenders up. But he's actually waiting for one of them to rush around the side and expose themselves. Neither of them have done that yet.
Yeah, they've actually repositioned themselves back at the capture point, so they didn't want to allow him to get around their side. He does pick off one in the air, and now the goal can be captured. He's trying to grab another one. The laser in the open field can't quite grab Zacubus, juking back and forth, and Dignitas swarming him. They're going to be able to take him down. Jam, he does drop. So really impressive play from Dignitas. 6-7 now, and they have an attacking round, and so that is huge. I mean, this was really close to being sealed for Envision, but Dignitas is pulling this map back.
And fantastic. Their primary attacker is back on point here, and even though Zacubus has really been a star for them so far, you know, theoretically, again, Fantastic has that strongest laser, and we're just waiting for him to show it.
They call him Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Or actually, sorry, that was his father. But he's making his way in 2 quick lasers. Fantastic, looking really strong here. He has 3 armors remaining, so this is going to be huge for him. It can pull Dignitas back, and tying that game up after being down so much would definitely be huge. He does sneak around the side, so Jam trying to hold him off.
And now he can absolutely take his time. 10 seconds till this point becomes capturable. Try to steal that shot in between, and that's exactly what he does. We're tied up 7-7. We have a match.
Yes, that's really difficult to hit with the rockets up there, but just kind of, you know, peeking up, able to get that laser. So really nice play on his part, taking advantage of that situation, and we'll see what happens now. So Envision, you know, they thought they had this map. They, you know, have to be kind of kicking themselves to give up a couple of rounds in a row, but we've seen this entire map has actually been swinging back and forth. It started off 3-0 for Envision, I think, and then it was 4-3 for Dignitas into, you know, a 7-4. So, you know, we'll see if Envision goes on a swing once again now.
Momentum is certainly in Dignitas' favor at the moment, though. They're winning those 2 rounds in a row. Trying to make it a third, of course. Easier to string together 3 rounds in a row when you have that attack round, the successful attack round sandwiched in between 2 easy defensive rounds. But Stax now, not great position, honestly. Doesn't really have anything going for him. Takes a shot to the chest and down to just 1 armor.
Zacubus destroying him there. So Zacubus has looked very strong so far. The defensive side on Dignitas has been, you know, great so far. But they pick up the 8-7, and now they have the attacking round. And this could seal the deal. Zacubus going for the win here. They won the first map, so this is match point.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll see what Zacubus can do. He obviously already has 1 successful attack round in this match. We'll see if he can make it a second here in just a moment. A great jump there. Very small opportunity to, and then follows it up with a missed jump. So I suppose you got to have those every once in a while. 12-meter hit, though. Trade, neither really satisfied about that 1 armor for 1 defender.
Yeah, so really nice opportunity for Zacubus to take it home for Dignitas UK. He is trying to spot him out. He does have one out in the open, but he's knocked down. That's huge. So 10 seconds remaining before the capture point is open. So he still has some time, but he actually has to go all the way back to the initial spawn. Coming around the backside would just be too difficult, and it really leaves him with very little time to get to that capture point. This is going to be almost right down to the last second.
Yeah, I don't think this is possible. I mean, he's trying his best to make it, and sometimes you'll see players that will just straight out give up at this point, but he doesn't have enough time, and he actually gets eliminated right at the end too, which is very amusing to me for some reason, but it's very fitting, I suppose, for everything that just happened there. But we're tied up. We're at least going to extra rounds.
And that's one of the interesting things with some of those outer attack routes is it maybe gives you an opportunity to get around the backside of the defenders, but you leave yourself exposed to, if a rocket knocks you off the ledge, then really quickly you've lost that round just because there's not really an effective path to get back up there. Wylam coming in now, trying to see if he can, maybe sneak someone if a rocketer defender tries to come down. He actually does have one in a 1v1, trying to pick him off. One armor left, so this is really brutal for Wylam.
Yeah, I mean, that was very cool positioning. You saw the Dignitas defender sitting up on the high ground there and then bouncing down. Very cool stuff. And once again, we have match point for Dignitas. Of course, because they did defend first, and it is a little bit easier to pull off those defensive rounds, they will be match points, supposing these guys just keep trading rounds from here on out.
Yeah, so it is going to be a nice opportunity for Dignitas. NVC making his way to the left. He does see some of those rockets coming across. And NVC, if he can pull this off, he would be a hero for Dignitas. But we'll see if he can grab the quick fence jumps. I actually really like that. That's pretty cool. But not finding anyone, so we'll wall jump up to the top.
Yeah, and great position there. No defenders exposed, unfortunately, for him. But very cool opportunity he had presented himself. Stacks immediately retreating behind the high ground there. Looks like, I don't know, light had just hit some sort of a creeper from a horror movie. He's like, the sun!
So he does back off, but they're playing very defensively. NVC coming in for the side. The goal capture, they knock him back. He barely gets it. So Envision trying for the defensive play, trying to see if they can just play conservatively, and it didn't work out for them. NVC with a hero round for them is able to take that for Dignitas. That's 2-0 for Dignitas, so they do win that match, and they make their way into the round of 16.
And a nice overall team effort there for Dignitas UK too, as each player did get one attack round. They had a minimum of 7 defensive points taken for each of their teammates, so very cool stuff, and that takes us through the round of 32. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, it's going to be our round of 16 matches for you guys. Don't go anywhere.